Bonjour, hello, and welcome to Max Mountain World. Today, a couple of days of not so good weather. I've been accused of bringing Scottish weather to the Alps, but yeah, it's beginning to clear. We've got sort of blue skies here, the clouds are disappearing slowly but surely, so I thought I'd take advantage of my season pass with the lifts and I'd go up the mountain and see what's going on. I don't know what's happening, I don't know what this video's about, we'll just go and see. Very busy just now with August holiday time. You can tell by the parking, cars just parked everywhere. Now I'm heading down to the main station and hopefully I'll be able to get parked up down there. Shouldn't be a problem, there's one or two places I know where I can go. But looking at the mountains there, it's clearing, should be good. So I managed to get Ek parked up in a nice little spot. That'll remain shady for the rest of the day, so she's not going to cook up. Anyway, heading up the mountain, just looking across towards the Parc des Écrins. Down below here is our town down the mountain, about 800-900 metres below us. But the flat on the clouds, and the bottom of the clouds there, they're lifting slowly. So let's go and see, maybe we might get above them. We'll see what happens. Let's get a couple of lifts and see what happens. And here we go, the usual jumpy bit at the beginning, and yeah, a lot of people walking about, a lot of people getting lost as well, and a lot of people getting the lift back down, probably not quite got so much fitness as some of us mountain people. Hello! But generally speaking, happy people, they're on holiday, it's the August holidays. Quite a lot of work's going on this side as well. They're modifying up all this. I think they're kind of extending one of the one of the ski parks. They're probably creating one up here. Not too sure, but diggers and stuff operational. And a beautiful day here today. Just a few puffy clouds that are just steadily vanishing and nothing threatening at all. Jumpy bit. And lots of bikes about. The day after the storm, as it were. Some of them are getting muddy in the shady areas, but generally speaking it looks pretty dry. So people have been up here in the morning and obviously get the lift up, get the pass for the day or one trip or whatever, and inevitably come back down on the lifts as well. We'll see if I can get a funny wave out of these guys, see what happens. Bonjour! Seem happy enough. Anyway, yeah, quite a load of folk coming down. That kind of indicates there's a lot of folk up the top. But we'll see what happens. There's still a bit of cloud up the top, so it should get interesting up there. And just up on the left here, beyond this little button lift. This button lift now serves, it's a snow park. There's jumps and all sorts, rails and everything gets set up in the winter time. And as we just slow down, I think someone exiting the lift that's maybe not as quick as most. And across on the right here we have the Chalet de Fontaine restaurant, which I've done videos on before. I'll put a link in up the top right screen now. And we're just coming in the top of the first lift here. The second lift I'll take the Puster lift and we head straight up to the very top. And a bit of a facility, the Chalet de Fontaine restaurant pool. Here's how you get off the lift and get your bikes off as well. Now, judging by the state of these guys, yeah, it's a bit muddy where they've been. So at the top of the lift here, everyone goes left. This is all blocked off because there's the works going on. This is the new lift that's going in, the new 6-seater lift. So an awful lot going on here. There's not so much happening up the top here because the Tyrolean is more or less finished. Hopefully I can catch someone going past on it. There's a screamer on the go there. I'm just going in to arrive just above La Roche. So we leave the works and we leave the lift, go down, and we'll catch this next lift, which is just about 100-metre walk down and dedicated walkway for us pedestrians. And here we have the chewing gum of the 2020s. It really defies any logic that I have. Why anyone can think it is perfectly acceptable to discard their potentially infected faceware on a lovely mountain. Don't know. People just seem so confused and disrespectful for everything. Anyway, I'll continue with this. Yeah, muddy, 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 muddy. Get the pass out. If I can find it. Here we go. Cha-ching. All go. So just take off in the second one. They created some kind of little pool thing here. I don't know if that's just kind of a bike wash or just something semi-natural that's happened. But bikes of all age. Oh wow, that's a tiny tot on a bike. Where is he? Or she, or it. There. Now I keep missing this, but look at the texture of this stuff. It's almost woolly grass. And then back to the normal stuff. Now they are tending to keep bikes away from this side of the mountain over the right, viewers right. Over to the left is where it's all happening, but the tranquility, the peace here, except for when I pass underneath the wheels, it's beautiful. And where I'm going is up the top here. There's the Zenith restaurant. It goes up to 2,500, I never remember it, 2,530 metres I think it is. I'll put that in the top of the screen in the edit. But I'm going up here with the lift, and then behind is where you can walk up to the higher point, the highest point of the ski area, which is above it, 2,720 metres I think it is. So a little bit of a walk for me there, but there's one or two things I want to look at up there, as well as I think the views will probably be good. This cloud kind of resting in about here, who knows, it's gradually going. This is actually evaporation from the wetlands as the sun starts hitting it. The wet grass, the wet floor, the mud, whatever. So gradually this is going to disappear, and where I'm going to be heading for is up there. I just love this effect when you're going up a lift and you just go into a little bit of cloud. A cloud as such sort of thing, but it's quite neat. You can't really see. Whoa, oh, bumpy wheels. You can't really see too far ahead over the top there, but quite a neat effect anyway. Again, so peaceful. So just breaking out of the cloud, you can see it's nice and clear. So we should be okay for going up over here. Hopefully it should be nice and clear. If not, it is clearing, so maybe just a bit of patience required. I'll do a coffee in the Zenith on the way back. And just on the way up here, destination's up the top there, and you can see the clouds behind going right to left. You can see these ones going left to right, and straight ahead, heading up the way. Clouds going in all directions. The mountains really kind of mess up general winds and stuff. Quite a lot of people about up here, but not so many. Takes a bit of energy to come up here. I'm almost out of puff myself, and I'm used to it. And down below here is our little mini glacier. I featured that, I was on it, complete with the little bottom sledges, and yeah, gives people a taste of snow in summer. There's one going down now. Bit on the dark side with this one, but just up behind me, this is a new tower that went in since I was last up here, and I was last up at this spot, which is the highest spot of the ski area, 2,720 metres, and a year and a half ago. So the winter that finished early due to global stuff. Last winter, only up one time. I'll show you where I was, and that's it. So, quick view check or 2 or 3 or 4, because this is amazing. What's behind the camera here, I'll come round to. Just astonishing. I never tire of this stuff. So, let's have a wee look around. So, amongst the wind, up at the top of the button toe that serves this point, and looking round, you can see some of this clouds kind of followed me up. It didn't really disappear as predicted. But looking over towards the next peak above us here, a few folk been up there making noise, shouting, screaming and stuff, obviously having a good time, and they're now making their way down. So people everywhere. I much prefer it when I just have this place to myself. There's dogs up here. Okay, that was looking more or less westerly direction. Now we're kind of heading anti-clockwise and looking towards a sort of northerly direction. This cloud that seems to be forming down below us here, but just looking over here, I'm used to seeing this in winter when it's all white and it's like a massive white pincushion. Just down below, all these green plains, not airplanes as in grassy plains, and a very challenging off-piste area. So heading round towards the north now, passing north in fact. Very difficult to judge it here with the clouds and stuff, but a lot of people down here walking about, dogs walking about as we heard, and then up and over, and the Busselenk mountain covered in cloud. So back round to the west, or westerly, and yeah, clouds cleared a little bit, but you can see it's still moving around. Every second this changes, and we'll go around Opion. L'Opion is just behind there. I've done many videos of that. And down below us we have the Zenith restaurant, which is a location of the one and only time I was up here in winter with all the radio gear, and what a fantastic experience that was. Now just have a quick look in there. Sorry about any wind noise, trying my best to get over it. And this is the chairlift that it came up, and there's a restaurant there, social distancing at the tables and stuff. And I'll probably go there for a munch and a coffee on the way back down, as I said earlier. So, looking back round here now, let's try and get rid of this wind noise, and I'll scan round and just have a look. I'm above the clouds here, and it's just astonishing. The clouds all moving in different directions. I'll zoom in on one particular part. Again, very difficult to judge what's happening with the viewfinder and stuff, but let's go have a wee look in there. Wow, don't overdo it, especially when I can't really see that much. And back round to the Busselenk mountain directly behind the sign there. Just move over a little bit on tripod, and there's the top of the Busselenk. As I say, changing every second. Over beyond us here is the next ski resort, Crevu, one of my favourite ski resorts. Just as we see some cloud passing, I'll just do a quick scan around, take in what's going on here. Dogs, dogs, dogs. Wind, wind, wind. Shouting people. As I say, I much prefer being up here just alone. Much, much, much better. So, a total cloud fest. Now, I wish these people wouldn't do all this shouting. Don't they have any respect? Anyway, just looking above, and you can see what kind of weather we've got here today. Beautiful, beautiful blue sky, and some really spectacular puffy winds, wispy clouds. Sorry about the fingers. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. So just trying to catch between gusts of wind up here. It comes, it stops, it comes. That's the way it goes. So a little trip up the mountain, and this is stuff I've found. I'll do some other odds and ends on the lead out, but that's the video for today. Thanks very much for watching. Keep subscribing. Until the next one, ciao. The noise is up here, apart from wind noise in the camera and people shouting and dogs barking. You're not much closer to aircraft going over. You hear them so loud. And I'm just spotting over here as well. Let's see how I can zoom in on this one. Down there, those aren't rocks, those are sheep. Have I got this? I don't know. But over the side, Jesus, it's tough. Hopefully I've got this. We've got the paths and stuff, people walking up, and over the side there, sheep at 2,650 meters altitude. And just catching a glimpse of the lake. Again, hopefully I'm getting this right. It's very difficult with this viewfinder. But got the tail end of the top end of the lake there, just over the side of the mountain. That is almost 2 kilometers in altitude below me here. Cheers.
C'est bon, arrête.